Hi, I'm Elizabeth Wheeler, and we're coming to you today from Pittsburgh Performance Physical Therapy in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
And my name is Kristen Grader. I'm a physical therapist here. And today we're going to go over a few simple adjustments you can make to your home workstation to avoid any neck, back, or shoulder pain. With as much that's changing in our lives, we can stay focused on keeping a healthy environment for ourselves, even with working from home. By some of these tips and a little bit of adjustments, we can keep ourselves in better posture to avoid any onset of headaches, neck pain, or anything going on with the spine. Looking at this image, we can see an ideal workspace setup. Both feet are planted on the ground or on a stable surface. There is a 90-degree angle of the knees, and the buttock is slid to the back of the seat. Their elbow is at 90 degrees, allowing for a rested and neutral wrist. As you can see, your monitor will be set up so that the top should be in line with your forehead, allowing your eyes to gently fall on the screen without strain. And a quick tip here, if your fingers can gently touch the screen with an outstretched arm, you are a safe distance from your monitor to avoid eye or neck strain. Now what we're going to do is, with Elizabeth's help, show in real time some adjustments we can make to the seat at the desk. So I'm going to have you swing around facing your desk and monitor. Placing both feet on the ground, taking a look at her knees at 90 degrees. I'm going to have you scoot your buttock back so your pelvis is really scooted back towards the edge of the chair. And just with that little adjustment, we align the spine, having your back rested against the chair and elbows by your side. Now that we're closer to the desk, we see we might need to make a couple more adjustments based on the monitor position and the height of the desk. So Dr. Wheeler, I'm going to have you raise the chair because you can tell her arms are now a little higher than that 90 degrees. Perfect. Now making that adjustment means that her feet might not totally touch the floor. If it does not, a step, a stool, even some books would help so you can have those feet firmly planted. Taking a look at the monitor though, her vision is going to be pointed down, which will then create more of that flexed neck posture. As you can see, what we've done is elevated the monitor to be right at Elizabeth's eye line. This way, her eyes can easily fall on the screen without having to flex or even extend her head and neck. So if you find yourself in a position where the chair is not very comfortable for your buttock and low back, grab a hand towel. Make a roll out of it. Nothing too thick, just enough to give your lumbar a little support. So by leaning forward, you'll slide this right where your belt will be, and then come back, again, touching the back to the chair. By having that 90-degree angle at your elbow, this allows for your wrist to be in a more comfortable position at the desk. Now let's take a closer look at how to reduce your risk of developing wrist discomfort when using a mouse. First, hold the mouse loosely. Try not to have too firm of a grip. Maintain a neutral wrist position while using the mouse, meaning try not to have your hand too far towards your thumb or too much towards your pinky. Have your upper arm hanging loosely but close to your side. And try not to use those wrist rests because they can actually cut off some blood supply and even aggravate superficial nerves through the wrist. And as always, try to take those frequent breaks. Here we show a general picture of a standing desk. The same rules apply as when seated for the upper body. However, keep in mind to avoid locking your knees. Try to maintain a neutral weight between both legs with intermittent shifting to adjust your posture. And pay attention to your shoe wear. Try to wear supportive shoes and avoid being barefoot. Speaking of standing desks, one thing to think about is still your wrist position. So using Elizabeth's arm here, if she were to lower the desk or raise herself, as we come down, the angle of the wrist will change with her still using the mouse. Same thing with raising the desk. Again, too much of an angle here at the wrist. So trying to keep that in neutral as she rests to be able to avoid any strain in the elbow, wrist, or shoulder. As with most adjustments, it's going to take some time for this to feel like our new normal. By setting a timer for every 30 minutes or so, whether it's just adjusting your posture or getting up and moving entirely, this will help to avoid any of that tension buildup over time. Even just these small changes will provide an excellent setup to provide you with a great new home workspace. I want to encourage you, not just now, but everything moving forward, to take care of the one body that we're given and this one life that we're living. So be well. And if anything does come up and you need your physical therapy team, we're here to help.